Hey everyone, welcome to In5d Global Predictions. I'm your co-host Greg Prescott, and I'm joined by no one. she left me. How dare that bitch? She's she's off screen. She's Ellie. Her pain is almost at a 10 level, so if you guys could please send her lots of loving, healing energy, we would appreciate that. Hopefully Ellie's put herself on the healing list again. Boy, we're just a couple. I got my own issues going on with my heart problems. They found there was a 40% increase in the blockage from last year's blockage in my heart. So the more I think about it, the more I'm probably going to go for that heart catheter and getting stents put in. I have felt good the last 2 days. I was telling my cardiologist, yeah, sometimes it only comes once every 3 days. And she goes, once a month is bad. Jesus, because I get these pains in my heart. I woke up the other day, man, it was like I woke up at 1 a.m. and I had like three and a half hours of pain in my heart area. It was scary. But I made it through. I'm here, doing all right. I feel good tonight. And I'll tell you what, you guys are helping me right now. Number one, because of all the love and positive energy and intentions that you've sent. And number two, this helps get my mind off of everything else that's going on. I just completed a video. I've got a series coming up, and it's called NFL's National Football League's Roger Goodell, Jay-Z and Diddy connection. And it shows you how they're all connected, especially with the Super Bowl halftime shows and all this bullshit corruption, demographics, statistics, everything, man. I cover all the bases on it. I definitely want to check that out. The first of 3 starts this Friday, and then the next Friday and the following Friday, I'll be releasing the second and third video of this. So that's that. Let's say hi to people who are here. There's Akasha, first one checking in. She was here at 7:45. She was here half an hour ago. That's awesome. And she's got like a question, conservative government in Canada. Yeah, we can get to that. That'll be our first question. Okay. And hi to Chrissy. She's joining us, popping in early. That's good. And hello to Lori. Allie's saying hi to everyone as well. Hi to Cosmic Detective and another Canadian, Linda Winger. Hi to In5d. He'll be beginning shortly. Hi guys, I've told you this before. My mom still calls my website In5d. It's been like 15 years. Hi, Sarah. Thanks for joining. Oh, yeah, this is something. I have a sale going on right through Christmas. In5d Quantum Tie-Dye, $5 off all regularly priced shirts. So if you bought 3 and put in the code, it gets $15 off. And just use the code Christmas 2024 at the checkout. So that helps get my mind off of everything too, because I love making tie-dye. I really do. Hi, Mel. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate the healing energy. Sending Ali Reiki healing. That's awesome. There's some prayers for Ali too. Yeah. And there's Vera. Hi, Vera. Aw, appreciate that. More loving healing from Linda. Hi, Tracy. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm here. The good thing is that I was told about this constriction that I have in my heart, and they monitor it each year. And like I said, it got 40%. It increased 40%. It's significantly more blocked than what it was last year. But, and I don't want to sound morbid or anything, but the good thing is when it's my time, it'll happen quick. You know, once that blood gets cut off, I'm done. And I'm okay with that. I don't fear death. I'm not ready to go yet. That's why I'm leaning toward getting that heart catheter and the stents put in, and maybe expanding it out a little bit more. But I don't know how much it can expand out when it keeps contracting upon itself. Anyway, that's that. But thank you for asking, Tracy. And thank you, Cosmic Detective. Appreciate that too. Hi, P. I don't know, Chrissy. I'm not sure. I think, I was given a 30-day prescription to 2 different medications, metoprolol and gabapentin. But I heard from several people about gabapentin that it's about as addictive as methadone for heroin addicts. And I'm like, no, fuck that. So I stopped taking that, but I am taking metoprolol. And I'm probably going to give it a month. And if I live to tell about it, I'll probably go in at the beginning of the year for that surgery, the heart catheter and the stents. And I imagine, because of my previous conditions, oftentimes stents are outpatient. You go in and you're done. You go. But because I have an existing condition, it might have to be overnight. They might, but it's no big deal. The problem, though, is one of my father's best friends. He used to be our neighbor, Dwayne Silver. He also had heart surgery, and then they went back in, I don't know, like a year or two later, to put stents in there. He never made it out of the operating room. He died and that stuck with my father. My father said, put it off as long as you can. So, and then I had an uncle who died on the plane. He had a triple bypass and he died on the plane, on a 3-hour flight. So his problem was he didn't get up and walk. And I know that when I've gone back and forth to England, I get up and walk, and I'll do my little laps on the plane. But yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to hold off probably until next month, but we'll see. I mean, if I get a recurrence of these pains again in the heart area, it might be sooner than later. Hi, Barbara. Thank you for joining. There's Debbie and Doreen. Hello, Doreen. Hope you and Troy are doing well. Aw. Hello to Jane joining us on Facebook. And there's Lisa. Debbie hopes you feel better, Ali. And prayers for Art as well. Wow. We love you guys. We appreciate this stuff. All the any loving, healing energy, prayers, thoughts, intentions. Thank you. Much, 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 much love. And I can tell you that, when I was in the hospital with the quadruple bypass and you guys were sending prayers and positive thoughts and energy and stuff, I felt it literally. I literally felt it to the point of all that love. It brought tears to my eyes. If I think about it too much, it'll bring tears again. But it's true. So, thank you for everyone that sends this loving, healing energy to Ali and me. Hi, Mikey. I was talking to Joe today, and I understand you have some heart issues you better get looked at, and don't ignore what people are telling you about smoking. Try to quit. No one wants to be told what to do. You're a grown man, and I'm not going to say you need to. You know the right thing, man. I had a heart attack in 2019. That's when I quit. Took a heart attack. But you have a family history of heart issues. Please consider that. I focused on this strange object in that photo and visualized any negative effects get removed and deleted. Okay. It's just sad for those left. You'll be here until your job is done, of course. Yeah. You know, if nothing else, you know, I've already got, 6,000 articles on In5d. And if I move on to the next chapter of my life and In5d shuts down, you can still check out everything on the Wayback Machine. I'm glad I can laugh about death. You know, everybody should be able to. It sounds like a good plan, Greg. Try to eat only healthy stuff too. No fast food. Yeah, I'm not a fast food person. Sending loving, healing energies for you, Ali, from Lisa. No, gabapentin is not addictive like that. I was on it, had no trouble getting off it. I don't know. I just heard bad business about it. I think Ali said something about it too. Have you considered a QHHT session? Not right now. I was offered one though. I appreciate that, but not yet. Hi, Alish. We appreciate that. Thank you. It was prescribed for my cat prior to visit for anxiety. Okay. Yeah, I think they did it. I don't know why they gave me that, because I thought it was for pain. I'm gonna look it up right now. Yeah, I thought they gave it for pain, and I'm not in pain. You know, well, it's in my heart, but what is gabapentin for? I don't know. It's a medication primarily used to treat nerve pain, seizures, and other off-label conditions. It's for neuropathy. Okay, well, that would make sense, because I have this numbness in started out in my big toe on both feet, and then just kept going to the whole foot, and now it's like halfway up my shin. Keeps moving on me. So I have this, I think it's called PAD, peripheral something. Looking that acronym out. Peripheral artery disease. Probably explains why my heart has been constricting, the arteries in there. Peripheral artery disease. Yeah. Yay for me. No, I kid. I don't want to cheer for that. Fuck that. Walking in nature helps. Yeah. I told myself I need to go to the beach more often. Since the hurricane, that was October, 13th, 14th, something like that. I've only been to the beach twice. Here it is, December. But it was twice in the past week, and I loved it. It felt good to get out there. Did the doctor give you nitroglycerin? No. Nope. That would have been a good idea. Yeah. Thank you, Tracy. The Gabbies are trash. Glad you stopped. Gabapentin. Yeah. Well, I don't feel any different either way. So, yeah. Much love to everyone sending us lots of Positive energy. We love you guys. Okay. All right. So appreciate that. There's my love.
Hi.
You feeling a little better?
Hello, everyone. What a pair. What a pair. Yeah. I know.
No, you're not, because you're still raw.
We got. Yeah, but I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about it. So, hello everybody. Thank you for all of the prayers. Thank you. I was on gabapentin, but they told me that gabapentin puts on a lot of weight with people. That's a known side effect. In fact, the nurse that gave it to me said she was working at the pain clinic, and that's what she said. She said, you've got to be aware of it, and I could do without putting on any more weight. So but I didn't get on with it. It didn't really. They start off on a low dose and then they up it and up it and up it and up it. So I suppose that's where the addiction gets in. That's what they're talking about with the addiction. But
you need more and more. Yeah.
So
well, speaking of weight, you've lost a lot of weight. How much weight have you lost? You told me the other day, and I'm like, holy shit. You can see it in your face.
32 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's two bowling balls. That's two 16-pound bowling balls. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's about the size of my boobies, isn't it? Let's face it.
Well, they'll be going away too, and your butt.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, I guess.
Sad about that.
Nah, I just want you happy and healthier. Yeah.
I'm cheating. I'm cheating though, so I'm on Wegovy. So, no.
I know. I keep sending Ali like these pictures of people that were on it too long, and their faces are sunken in, and they look like skeletons. And
I'm not going to be doing that.
I hope not. Because you see that a lot with bulimia. People they're so fucking skinny, and they still think they need to lose 5 more pounds. Where in reality, they really need to gain like 15.
I'm sure you will let me know, darling. Same as everybody else. You guys are my reining in people. So, yeah, you can say no, Ali. That's enough. So.
I know. I'm going to have to change our promo pictures. Well, yours.
I haven't lost too much on my phone. Well.
Yeah. I see it. I see it. But you always look gorgeous. I've said it many times. Yeah. You could put on 50, lose 50. Doesn't matter. You'll always be gorgeous.
Oh, thank you, my darling.
Sure.
Thank you. Akasha said, can you put Angelica and Willow on your healing list? Absolutely. In fact, they're already Angelica is Willow must be on the other one. Okay, so the one before this, 26. But I'll put Willow on that one as well for you. Okay. So I've got number 28 ready to go. So yeah.
So gabapentin, Gregg, your heart is a big nerve and it moves electric signals. Okay. I'm learning something every day. It's for seizures. I've never had a seizure, but maybe it's to prevent it. They give it to people for anything. Oh, that's nice to know. Glad you stopped taking it. Look up the side effects. Nell's saying hi to you. Welcoming you in.
Hey, Mel.
Is it really cold?
Hello. It is pretty chilly, and my heating was not working properly. But Craig, my son-in-law, was round here, and he's I think he's got it working. It's not that it's broken, it's the thermostat is so complicated, I don't know how to use it. So
yeah, I tried figuring that out when I was there, and
really hard.
fuck if I,
It's like
yeah, I don't
the
get
most complicated one ever.
Side effect of gabapentin is becoming a chatterbox.
I
only took it 2 days.
okay,
so
that's for real.
Okay.
That's not a bad thing with the job we do, though, darling.
Well, it is if you're an introvert and you prefer not to talk. Gabapentin is mental dependent as well. Okay, I didn't know that. Well, if you guys have any questions for us, put them in all uppercase.
Yeah, let me know.
This is probably the last week for the, well, last week I had the beard, and this week I'm down to the goatee, and next week it's probably all going to be gone. I can't keep facial hair for a long period of time.
It's nice to have a change, though, isn't it?
What do you prefer? Don't tell me I don't care. What do you prefer?
You're going to put me on the spot. I like the stubble. I like the stubble, the close stubble. Yeah.
That's my favorite too.
And clean shaven. I like clean shaven and the stubble.
No, like, yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but the stubble's there here.
There you go, Jeremiah.
I like
okay. Sorry, I'm just answering Jeremiah. Jeremiah, you're on there. Greg's on there. Lisa is on there. Lisa H and Lisa S. So yeah, my friend Lisa Hill's in that hospital. So yeah, there's me and Greg's on there. So yeah, but I do try and remember to keep putting some of the main people on who ask a lot of the time. So yeah.
I love you.
I love you. I was just about to say that.
I read your mind.
We miss each other so much because it's been a year now, just over a year, and it's hard. It's hard, but I think we cope very well.
We do. We try to talk to each other as often as possible on Facebook and FaceTime, and that's important, not only just to hear, but to see. And that's so true, Tracy. Allie's just beautiful, and hair up, hair down, gains weight, loses weight, doesn't matter. She's just a beautiful woman. And you guys all know the same thing. I've said it for years. As beautiful as Allie is on the outside, she's even more beautiful on the inside. And you guys already knew that, though.
Oh, you lot are lovely. You lot can stay around. I like that. I appreciate that. You. I do.
It's true.
I love you.
I do.
Yeah. Yep. I know.
And that's one of the reasons why we do what we do. We give hope. Yeah. Despite the hardships, despite the distance.
It's true. It's absolutely true. We, me, Miss Jelly Belly and Big Bottom, Ali can land herself a guy like Greg. I mean, wow. When he first came into, I was like, oh my goodness, there's no way that this guy's for real. I thought it was a joke when he was saying, all these like nice things. He was saying nice things. He wasn't kind of like hitting on me or anything. He was just saying nice things. And I showed his picture to my mum and my daughters before we kind of, and I just said, look at this guy. He's paying a lot of attention and keeps sending me hearts and everything. I said, is he taking the piss out of me, do you think? What's going on? And they said, no, why not, Mum? Why you're pretty? Why are you? So anyway, so all I'm saying is people have had many lifetimes in the past with people, and you have no idea when your person will turn up in your life. And sometimes people have said, I know my twin flame, we're no longer together. It's very difficult when I hear that, because I think when you meet your twin, it's so hard to be apart. It's like a magnet. And if both of you are knowing your twin flames, I don't know how that can be that you can drift. I don't know. But then I only know our story, and so I'm not an expert at twin flames. So I don't know.
How could you not be, though? You're experiencing it, so you are an expert. Yeah.
Well, not really, because
From your own
our
perspective.
story might be a bit different to others. Yeah. But
And I don't see how you can sell yourself short. Why is he looking at me? You kidding me? Look at you. You're gorgeous. You're a goddess. Wow.
I'm okay. I do my face, but I've got no confidence because my body shape, baby. That's where it is. So, you know, sometimes it's
shape of a goddess. Goddess shaped body.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm not saying this to get compliments. What I'm trying to do is to give ladies out there a confidence boost, that even if you feel you're not attractive, that person who's the right person will find out who you are and will fall in love with the person, and also be attracted to who you are as well. But it works in unison together. So it is, you know, how wrong was I in thinking that I couldn't be loved? Because not loved, I've been loved before. I would say I couldn't meet somebody like Greg because of, so restrictions in my own belief in me. And I'm here to say, it's there, and I couldn't be happier. I'm very lucky.
Oh yeah, I'm the lucky one. Yeah.
But we are lucky. But we want this. I'm going to show people. This is a list. I'm going to go when we had date night. This is, look at these names coming up along the bottom here. In a minute, look at these names. These were the names of people who wanted to strengthen their relationships, or they wanted to meet that perfect partner. And we was putting out signals. At one point, I was reading out all of these names until it got to about 7 minutes where I was reading out the names. And in the end, we thought we'd put it on the ticker tape at the bottom. But we were putting good vibes out to all these people. I suppose we could. What?
You would light a candle and read the names. You would light a candle and read the names.
Yeah. So there's that one, and then there's the next one down, which is I'll play it today. Because we're talking about relationships, so we'll put some good energy in these people at the bottom here. Yeah. And if you want to be added, we can add you if you want. Yeah. We're on that list because we wanted to be united together, physically. Yeah. Anyway.
Our first question of the evening, and if you guys have any, do what Akash is doing here, all uppercase. For global predictions, these are, whatever affects everybody. That's not, should I buy a new car tomorrow? We're not doing those kind. Offhand, I would say no. Research it. But Our first question comes from Akasha, and she's saying the conservative government in Canada is putting a motion of non-confidence on Thursday. I'm not sure what that specifically means. Will the government fall? A non-confidence vote is a vote to dissolve the government due to not having any confidence in it. Well, shit, if that were the case, all governments would fall everywhere. I don't think anyone has confidence in any of their governments. So if the vote passes, we then go to election. Do you see an election happening very soon in Canada? Hope yeah, I do understand that now. Thank you for putting that out there, explaining it. I got some cards drawn, and what we know is the government is, their back is against the wall. They know the shit's about to hit the fan. Trump was saying something earlier today. I guess he was at some dinner with the elites, and he was sitting next to Trudeau, and Trudeau was saying, well, if Trump puts these tariffs on Canada, I don't know how we're going to be able to pay off the tariffs. He said, we're sending you like $100 billion the way it is right now, and you can't afford it. So, and then Trump suggested that Canada become the 51st state in America, and that Trudeau could run for governor. Of course, Trudeau, it would be a liberal state until a big red wave came through and washed him away along with everyone else. That's liberal there, but I digress. So the first one out the bat, his back is against the wall. They know that there's been a lot of bullshit, and what they're freaking out over is now that Trump's in, yeah, he's going to put those tariffs in on Canada, and now that Trump got in, maybe there'll be a red wave in Canada. Maybe they'll start questioning those voting machines there that have been, because I haven't spoken to one person from Canada that said they voted for Trudeau. I don't know how the hell he keeps winning when nobody's voting for him. Well, you do know how he's winning. It's the voting machines. Nobody's voting for him. So yeah, they're freaking out. They know that the shit's about to hit the fan, in probably more ways than one. This could be as deep as like Gitmo, and he's trying to cover his ass for when this no confidence vote comes in. Maybe this is the transition away from their traditional government while he gets shipped off to Gitmo. Who knows? And that's where this card came in, to look at things from a different perspective. Maybe there is something more to it going on behind the scenes. What we know, though, is that they're at right now. You guys are at a junction, and you can go this way, you can go that way, but ultimately, what I see is celebration. The thing is, I don't know if you were asking if it was going to happen soon, very soon. I can't answer that. I don't know, because when you're right here, maybe not, but you got this also, the celebration. So it's just a matter of time, but I can't put the literal time into an estimate. But yeah, something's going to happen positive for you guys there, really positive. That's what I have. Let's see what Ali has.
Okay. All right. So, thank you, my darling. So I've got there's a huge spiritual awakening that is happening, and this is happening all over the world. Trump knows exactly how this happening is going to work. Now, the darker energies of this world understand completely about mind control. Now, I'm being told that some of the people that understand about mind control have flipped over to the white hats. And so they are teaching the white hats about mind control in a positive way. Now, when these when everybody, the public starts to stand up and say, hey, we deserve better, this is what the rising is starting to happen. And that is blatantly because the awakening has happened. The truth is surfacing, and everybody is now seeing how things are. And so this is an exciting time in human history. Okay, it's a very exciting time. And so I know I'm doing the long answer, but this is a global thing. So Trump understands exactly how the future will evolve. Okay. They've called it the other way around. They've called it David Icke called it the totalitarian tiptoe, and they had to speed it up during COVID. Okay, so when they did COVID, they basically had to, brainwash people on a big scale quickly, and they were quite exposed. They were caught with their pants down, so to speak. Some of the politicians, literally. And so this is what's happening. The awakening's happened, and the no confidence that you're talking about is happening in every single. It's definitely happening in England here. They've basically called the same kind of thing. They've said that they no longer believe in Keir Starmer. They no longer, so they want another general election, and he's trying to ban the petition that is up to 2.5 million at this moment in time. And so obviously you've got something coming on here. This is all very good news. So even if nothing comes of what is happening now, it will eventually, absolutely it will, because they've realized that the masses that they're trying to control, they've lost their control. They've lost their grip on the public. The public are larger in numbers than they are, and they are running very scared. And so in a long-winded kind of roundabout answer, we can put this to every country, and I'm going to say yes. Can't tell you when. I know it's probably within this year, within 2025. A lot of my global predictions were a bit too far ahead, but they are evolving. I can see them. So yeah, there you go. That's what I got.
You can catch me with my pants down. That's fine.
In England, that means very naughty, because pants means underpants.
Oh, that's
English.
true. Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, I forgot.
My mother's listening to this.
Hi, Mom. I'm sorry. Yeah. I love your daughter. I'm not sorry I love you. Why am I sorry I love you? No, I'm not. No, I'm sorry for being vulgar.
No, you're talking about your pants down.
Yes, but I love your daughter. Yeah. Anyway.
All right.
Okay, moving on. Do you think med beds will ever be available? That's a good question, because I've been researching that a lot lately. And what I'll do is I'll just tell you what my research came from that. Of course, because of my heart condition, I was curious, and I looked into, let me see if I can find my research notes. But one person, I can't find it. Was it Sasha Stone? He was saying how med beds are going to be available, and oh, here it is. I don't have my notes on him here, but I can tell you what I remember seeing. He said that med beds, he knows that there definitively are med beds available, and that he's working with Captain X or somebody like that, and he was there in Bulgaria or someplace. I don't know. I'm paraphrasing and maybe not recalling perfectly well, but he said without a doubt that's happening. And the problem is, he said that 3 years ago, and 3 years later, nothing, absolutely nothing. I saw this guy on Twitter, on X. His name's Scott Young, and well, he calls himself a teacher of Nasara. Well, that said enough to me. But I went through and I looked at him, and he was going to say, he was saying that med beds are being distributed around the United States. They're not a conspiracy theory. Med bed technology, blah blah blah, does all this stuff. The med beds that we've been told about, for years, are the ones that will allegedly regenerate. You'll be like 30 years younger. They can regrow limbs, teeth, hair. Now there's med beds that are coming out, and they don't do any of that. And they're called Tesla med beds, and they're charging an arm and a leg. I did research on it, and there's a lot of people that say I went there, paid all this money, and it didn't do diddly. And it's frustrating. The med beds that this Dr. Scott Young, I don't know what he's a doctor of. He's probably the same kind of doctor as Dr. Charlie Ward. But yeah, he's saying that the med bed technology's here. I don't believe it. I would like to believe it. I hope it comes. I hope it's what everyone says that it could be. The regrowing of arms and legs. Hair for those people that are bald. Teeth. Rejuvenation. Boy, wouldn't that be something? And we've all thought about that. And this is this is what I initially thought when I first heard about Nasara. Wouldn't it be great? Yeah, if they dissolved the Fed, if everybody got allotted, $100,000 and abundance for everyone, there's no more income tax, no more of this other bullshit that Nasara promises. But according to Charlie Ward, Nasara came around in the late 1950s, according to him. That means it's been over 60 years. People have been waiting for what? Nothing. 60 some odd years later? You kidding me? And this is the hopium that they're putting out there with med beds. Is it possible? Yeah, I think it's possible. Probable? Not in the way that it's been promised for years. Like there's this woman, Sky Prince, that's been talking this bullshit for a long time. And she said that, years ago, she was saying, oh, they're out there and they can rejuvenate you 30 years, make you look 30 years younger and regrow limbs. Why doesn't she look 30 years younger? She just keeps aging. She's supposed to have firsthand contact with these people that have med beds. Not buying it. There's a lot of bullshitters out there, and I tend to call people out on that. There's some things, though, that in the world of metaphysics, are not provable, like a near-death experience. You could have one. You can go to the other side, report back on everything that you saw. How do you prove that? Right? But some things just are. And that's what I love about this genre. There are a lot of positive things that people talk about that you can't prove. And that's the amazing part. And I love all that. Ghosts, right? You saw a UFO. Prove it. Well, here's a picture. That could have been photoshopped, right? I've seen a lot of UFOs. Thousands of them with night vision goggles. How do you prove it? How do you prove the med beds that allegedly can regrow arms and legs and teeth, hair, rejuvenate, and all this stuff? Well, if somebody says that they exist, like Sky Prince, great, rejuvenate. I don't care. You don't have to chop off an arm or anything. Just look 30 years younger. Make it happen. Show us. She can't. Does that mean it doesn't exist? No. Just means that she's probably full of shit. And it probably isn't in our existence. And if it is, why would they want to put that out there? It's like telling us there's a cure for cancer when cancer's I don't know what it is, $70 billion a year industry, whatever the fuck that number is. They don't give a fuck about us or our health. That's why Big Pharma's here. Big Pharma hasn't cured anything. Arguably, you could say polio, but even back then, the polio rates were dropping significantly. It might have just ran its course and just died out. Outside of that, Big Pharma doesn't want to cure anything because they rely on repeat business. So would med beds be in Big Pharma's best interest? They'd be as much in Big Pharma's best interest as water-powered cars would be to the oil industry. That's why we haven't seen either. Is it possible? Will it come about? Maybe. The med beds that are available, like I said, apparently they don't do diddly. You might find some people that will maybe get the placebo effect. If you believe in it enough, you might find some minor changes, but nothing. There's not one med bed out there that will regrow an arm, regrow teeth, hair, rejuvenate you. None. I hope there is. I really do. But in a fantastical world, I hope Nasara is true too. The realist in me says no, not either. Although there's a better chance of med beds than Nasara, because Nasara is based on a lie, and lies that go against universal law. That being said, I think that there is some kind of abundance coming for people, just won't be Nasara. Will there be a med bed type of thing? Well, I think there will be stuff that comes out, like more bioenergy kind of healing, and maybe the EES systems and stuff like that. Maybe that stuff to regenerate arms, rejuvenate people. Maybe that's coming, but I don't see it in the next 10 years, at least. I hate to say it. Wish it was. Wish we got them already. And now there's people saying, no, they already exist and they're hiding in laboratories. They're in the bottom of hospitals somewhere. No, they're not. I wish they were. Is it possible, though, that technology exists, that they're suppressing it from us? Yeah. But I'm not sure to the point of where you can regrow an arm. I think that would be more to the cloning kind of thing. And all right, so what's this? Sasha showed the Belarus ones on Lazarus last Saturday. Yeah, I'd appreciate that. And maybe he can show us how somebody regrew an arm and teeth and rejuvenated themselves 30 years. Show me that, and I'll issue a huge apology. Anyway, I don't see Ali. I guess I'm doing this by myself. She's here, but I think she's... Oh, okay, there she is. I've been rambling because I didn't see you there. I thought you were done.
No, I was letting you go. I was letting you,
Ramble. Yeah. Well, anyway, what's your thoughts?
It's very it's difficult, and we and Greg have had this conversation off camera before. It's very difficult when you're like a journalist like Greg is, but you also got this psychic side as well. So your psychic side is probably telling you that this is a huge possibility. Absolutely, we believe in off-worlders. We believe in we believe that they've got technology, far greater than we're allowed to see. And then, your researching is also then kind of saying, well, I haven't seen the proof. And so, this is always going to conflict, unfortunately. With me, it's pretty straightforward because my guides have told me, yes, 100%. There is med beds. I've gone off camera. Anyway, they have been using med beds for the children coming up from the dumps. That I feel is absolute. That's what they have been telling me is correct. So I tend to, I've had lots of proof that my guides are absolutely right. And so I'm going to stand by what my guides say. What do you think, Tink? Tink thinks the same thing. Yeah, we've got two here that think that. Is that right, Tink? Yeah. She said. You're on mute, so ha ha ha. Ha ha ha.
Oh, I didn't say anything. Probably just as well. I love your perspective. I love your optimism. I went when I went to college.
It's trusting my guides.
It's not. It's not optimism.
No.
Okay.
No, it's trusting my guides. It's as clear as giving a reading for somebody. Yeah.
Okay. I still love their perspective and your trust in them.
Yeah.
I do. My background in college from a science perspective, I'm kind of like, show me, and journalism, because you want to report on both sides. You want to, cover all the bases and, so, I got to stick to my guns, but I love the airy fairy in you that goes out there and says that stuff.
Excuse me. You do airy fairy on here with global predictions every single week. I love you. No, that's what you do.
So what's your point?
Well, we both do airy fairy. You said you and your airy fairy, and I said no, we and our airy fairy, because we do this every week.
That's extra airy fairy. This is just. Anyway, Alicia is asking about the nightly drones in New Jersey. In Jersey, those bastards, those horses, yeses. Are the nightly drones in Morris County, New Jersey, nefarious in nature. Yeah, they are. I got the devil card and just a lot of heavy thoughts on that. You know, I don't see them as being a positive thing. There's something going on there. It's more than it could be military. That's what I'm feeling from my ticker that is failing me. But it could be military and not for good reasons, or it could be Homeland Security spying kind of thing. But yeah, it's not them looking for illegal aliens, that kind of thing. It's not. No, probably military. That's what I have. What do you think, Ali?
I'm going to move the pussycat because she sits right in the way and she's just staring at the treats, and she's already had 3 today and a bulk load of treats. So, you know, she's just pushing her luck, basically. So what now she's sulking that she forgot the festival. Anyway, so with this, I got a definite that there is they are looking for some dark entities. I don't want to say too much, but I wouldn't be walking about out there. I don't mean to frighten anybody, but there are they are, you know, sorting out and going into the dumbs. And I've said they've done all the ones that are kind of in mountains and kind of in the rural kind of areas. They're now coming within and underneath you know, the towns and things. So there is a lot of clearing out going on, and I feel that the drones work really well. They're not just military equipment that can detect I don't know, other entities, put it that way. I will say that this is a temporary thing. It's not going to take too much longer with the fear factor, but I do feel I would say for the next kind of week or so, you know, nighttime going out too much, I wouldn't do too much. I wouldn't go walking in the woodland area. I wouldn't, you know, around that area. Yeah. So I had to ask 3 times whether or not my guides that was correct, but because it's a bit, yeah, that's what they said.
Okay. That's a good answer. Yeah. Could be dark energy. I don't know. Yeah.
It's the dumbs, they have been keeping human farms, you know, underneath in these places, and they are being cleared out. That is what is going on. They're clearing them out. So yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. What's the next
Sarah? One? Sarah has our next question. What happened to the alien invasion that was supposed to happen today? It was all over X. Yeah, it's been all over a lot of different places. I've seen it on Facebook and Telegram, and one place you didn't see it is on my Rumble page. You didn't see it on my Rumble page, on my Telegram page, or my Facebook page, and there's a reason, because it just struck me as hot air and bullshit right from the start. And I like Cliff High. Cliff High was the one that put that information out there, and I've listened to Cliff High for years, and he and his Alta reports all the way back to the, you know, like 2008 or so, or before that. I've listened to him for a long time, and I've learned a lot from Cliff. There's a lot of things. He's a fascinating person. Something changed. Something's different. He may not know it. I see it. Something's changed in him. Can't put my finger on it, though, specifically what that might be. It's as if the information he's getting now is tainted, or forced, maybe, or contrived. with an agenda. And I don't want to just put it out there that, you know, that I know specifically. I don't know, but he's changed. Something's different about him. Any of you guys notice that? You know, that there's something that lately it's just, yeah. Tracy says that. Agreed, Greg. I don't resonate with Cliff at all. Yeah. Claudette says, Cliff High says, today was supposed to be an alien invasion. I wonder too, Greg. Yeah. Just something, I don't know, you know, if it's someone he's hanging out with, someone that was brought into his life, if somebody put a curse on him, there's a million things it could be. I don't know what it specifically is, but his information's tainted lately, and hopefully he gets back what he was putting out beforehand. And so, what happened to the alien invasion? Yeah, I got the tower. It was never going to happen to begin with. And this is what I was telling you guys about. Somebody was saying something that someone didn't want to hear. Well, that's the rest of the world. He was the one that was telling people that this shit's going to happen, and it never did. He probably would have been better off just keeping his mouth shut about it. That's what I have. Let's see what Ali has to say about this. My love.
My darling. So I don't know if we've said thank you for the super chat here, that Sanatus. So thank you so much for the €20 super sticker.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That does mean a lot to me. So I got with my little cards here, the wave, relatives, relationships, complications. I feel that there is Cliff High. He how do I say this? I feel that Cliff High is being given information that from a certain person that was absolutely right a lot of times, but then I feel that there have then been some information that maybe his source has been given that's wrong, and I believe this is how happens in warfare. It happens. I can see that you know, it just feels as though there is some massive you know, game pieces being bought in for this 5D chess situation, and you know, they want people looking over there when this is going on over here, and that's what they do. But the other thing is, could it be a white hat op? If you think about it, it's like if they say it enough, alien invasion, or there's going to be an announcement, it's like, so nobody's going to be that scared. Nobody's going to be that you know, wool over the eyes thing. They're just going to go, yeah, here it is. You know, that's what they said was going to happen. You know, it's probably a white flag thing anyway. So you see, so it works out both ways, the information. But you know, Cliff I likes sensationalized kind of things, and I know that he's been right on some of it, but I know he's been wrong on some of it, and I think that's a lot of the truthers out there. Take what you want from it and leave the rest. If it resonates in your heart, if it resonates, take it, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. Same as us. You might think some of it resonates with you, and some of it that we're saying is BS, and that's okay as well, because we've got to start learning our own discernment. And so you can't have one person saying everything that they say is absolutely spot on and right, because we feel we are, but you don't know. You know, we might be getting, I know that we don't get information from other sources. I know Greg doesn't, unless he double checks and double checks and double checks. I get information and then ask my guides, and that's how my information comes, right or wrong, but that's how mine comes through. But yeah, there's a lot of people who are getting military information, and some of it is tainted, some of it is tainted deliberately. Okay, that's how I see it. We're in a war. We're in a spiritual war here. Yeah. That's my answer.
Awesome. I love that. That's a great answer. Thank you, my love. I just want to give a quick shout out to everyone that's joining us on X tonight. This is the second week that we've been broadcasting on X. So hi to everyone over there. And thank you for tuning in. Yeah.
And if you've noticed, I have added your names along the bottom here to this. I'll keep rotating these names as well.
Our next question comes from Lilith. Are more of the unaware ones going to wake this next year? They are getting unhinged. For the first time ever today, I had to draw the line and tell a sleeping one to fuck off. Woo! All right. Are we getting a little feisty?
I don't blame you. Sometimes it's really, it's hard though. We have been taking this BS from them for so long, and now it's out in the open. They're still calling it BS. It's like, have you seen it for your own eyes? Just, stop talking about the Trump thing and just sit back, wait and see all the changes, all the good changes start to happen, and then say, oh, it was right. It was okay. Nothing bad happened. Only good happened. Well, yeah, that's what he's been saying. So they don't need to do anything anymore.
Joe Biden pardoned his son today, and I get it. I understand that. Was it right? Hell no. If you're a parent, would you have done the same thing? Yeah, you would have. No matter what anyone said or thought, you would have. Chances are you'd be lying if you say otherwise. Maybe not some, but I think most of us would have done that, even though it wasn't right. What's fucked up is that he said he's can't be prosecuted for any crimes of the last 10 years, no matter what they are. Completely wiped the slate clean. That includes Burisma. Of course, that doesn't pardon Joe from having to say in a court of law Hunter's involvement, although Hunter can't be tried for it. And what's interesting about this is that, back in the day, they were worried about Trump pardoning himself. And they're saying, no, but nobody's above the law. And everybody was saying this bullshit. Nancy Pelosi was saying it. What was that one loudmouth black lady? What's her face? I can see her. I just can't think of her name. She's an instigator. I forgot what her name is. Everyone's saying the same.
Letitia or Fanny?
No, neither. No. She's been in politics for like 40 years. She's probably almost as old, if not older, than Nancy Pelosi. I can't think of her name right now. Just nasty woman. Waters? Yeah, Maxine Waters. That's it. Thank you. Just a nasty person. But they were all saying the same shit. Oh, Trump's not above the law. You can't pardon yourself or family and this and that. But now they're saying the exact opposite. They're saying, oh, yeah, I stand behind his decision of doing that. Come on. The hypocrisy is just overwhelming when it comes to the left. Anyway, let's get back to your question. What I'm seeing, Lilith, is hate to say it, there's going to be a lot of shit coming up when Trump gets in. Looting, burning, rioting. Same shit that happened in 2016. Same shit will happen again. And it's done by the same people, financed by the same people. That being said, it's not going to be as extreme as what it was Plus, it's already bringing more people aboard, and bringing them to those new beginnings, right? And I see that happening. So the same playbook, the left will be doing the same playbook, distract everybody, keep Trump away from doing his job while cities burn and people ransack, loot, and destroy other, cities and property. This shit never happens when Democrats win, because Republicans are just civil, but the left is just, they're babies about to have a temper tantrum if they don't get their way. And as a nation, we can't conform to the 3% or 5% of people that have mental illnesses that want to be called specific pronouns. That's not my mental issue. It's yours. So, yeah, there's, in a nutshell, that same game plan is going to be played out again, unfortunately, and but not as dramatic, and it will lead to more of an awakening of people. And ultimately, I mean, that's why many of us are here right now. Ali, myself, and all you guys that are watching, we're here to help people in their awakening process, bringing Star Family together, right? That's what we do. That's one of the reasons why we're here. And it's been an incredible journey, and it's been an honor doing it with all of you, and especially my lovely wife. Let's see what Ali's got to say about this.
Oh, thank you, darling. So, I'm not surprised that you had to tell one to F off. It is difficult. We have been patient enough, haven't we? And they're the ones that usually get to that kind of irate stage, and it's too much. It's like, just calm down, but it's all part of the brainwashing. It's part of that mind control that they've all been going through, and depending on where their information is coming from, that's where this energy is pumping out through. Whenever you watch the news, you can feel that vibration energy, that low vibe energy. They're not all mainstream media. There's some good ones. I know that McEnany, that lady, she's very good out there. So anyway, the answer to this is absolutely. They are going to be, what's going on right now is they're in that denial stage. The truth is right out there now, and they are feeling stupid. I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of them are feeling nobody wants to believe that they've been wrong all this time, and they've been wrong on such a passionate and aggressive way, and then they've got a backflip. So at the moment, they are angry at the people who have been pushing the truth, and they're trying to push those people away. Well, what's going to be happening is more and more evidence is going to be coming to the surface, and what will happen is you won't see them for a little while, and then later on they'll say, oh, you never guess what I found out today. I found out this and this. And it's exactly the same thing that you said to them 6 months before. But the worst thing you could do is say, I told you so. The best thing to do is say, oh, tell me more. What else do you know? Because that is helping them. And if you want them in your life, obviously. It's the kindest way, and a way that's not going to alienate them and get them to keep coming out of their mind control. So anyway, long-winded answer again. So sorry, but that's what I get.
I'm totally cool with long-winded answers, because it comes from your passion, things that mean a lot to you, and you want to cover the bases. So I totally get it.
I do.
Our next question comes from D. Collier. Is it possible that this RFK Jr. thing is the beginning of taking down big pharma, food poisons, etc.? Then bringing in med beds would make sense. Ponder that. Yeah. I get it, and if the med beds were to be what the airy-fairy med beds of regrowing limbs and all that stuff, that'd be amazing. Even if a med bed couldn't regrow limbs, rejuvenate, regrow teeth, give you hair, whatever, even if it couldn't, if it could just analyze frequencies like a Rife machine does, but more specifically, to like do an overall scan and let you know all of the issues you have and issue you one specific frequency that would heal everything. I mean, even then, maybe it would be possible to regrow teeth or a limb or something like that. Maybe, I don't know. But it takes that kind of med bed first to be invented. I don't think it's invented yet. I think they're getting there on it, though. So I know it's kind of almost in contrast, but not really, from the answer I gave before about med beds. I don't think those med beds are here yet that can regrow limbs, teeth, hair, rejuvenate. But something that we already know that the technology exists for the Rife machine and diagnosing frequencies that can help heal and cure. So something along that line, that could take down Big Pharma, because if you could find a frequency that could take away pain instead of taking, whatever it is that you take, oxycodone, hydroapap, whatever the pain meds that you have in your particular countries, if you could find something that, a frequency that would take away that pain, it might be a good thing. Then again, that pain is telling you that something is off. If it's masking the pain, that wouldn't be a good thing. Because if you're masking, let's say, pain in an ankle, and then eventually you put too much pressure on it and you end up breaking your ankle because you didn't feel the pain and you didn't know how far you could push it, that wouldn't be a good thing. So I get, there's a lot of ethical questions that you have to consider before you'd even get to that point. So I don't see that happening immediately. But yeah, I think that's a good proposition, D, to get the ball rolling, if nothing else, with RFK Jr. If you can take down Big Pharma, you better have something to back it up. And maybe that is a possibility. Maybe he's already looking into frequencies and stuff like that. Or, a med bed, so to speak, of, healing frequencies, not necessarily the rejuvenation and all that growing back of things, but, kind of like a Fred Flintstone version of med beds of the future, right? So, yeah, that would make sense. That's what I see. The cards are saying, is it possible? Yeah, it is. And I can see Big Pharma. There's nothing positive in the future for Big Pharma. Their shit's coming to an end, and they will be held accountable. They will be held for the crimes against humanity, even though they say they can't be. Well, they're gonna get held, because justice is coming. Justice will be served. And I see that, we got the Sun card. It all ends up amazingly well for humanity. That's what I have. Let's see what Ali's got. Goodbye. Hello.
My computer is really slow. at the moment. So it's like I click on it, and then because nothing's happening, I click on it again and it does. So anyway, it's slow. So we know that we are 50 years or more backwards to the technology that they allow us to have. And so we also know that we have off-worlders who are in communication. We also know that there are other technologies that are starting to come out, like the EE machines. And some people have had absolutely miraculous, cancer cures. They've had all of this. We also know that Big Pharma suppress anything like cancer cures or anything like that. So this has all been held back. This RFK is it's a hugely exciting time. If we wanted utopia on this planet Earth, can you imagine this wonderful team that they have together? They've got Elon, who maybe in the past wasn't such a great guy. He is definitely working for the White Hats now. And that's straight from my guides. It's continuous from my guides. And I believe them 100% with that. So he's working for the technology side of things, space X and all of that. He's working for the good. So he's to do with that. You then got Tulsi Gabbard, who is very much in, understand the military side of things and can communicate and see what a change around that needs. You've then got RFK Jr., who is going to shake up the pharmaceutical and all of that, the health food, the food industry. And then what's the other one? And then you've also got overspending on things that are not needed. And so getting involved in wars that we don't need to get involved in, Trump. So this is the team that you have going on right now in America. And that is going to affect globally everybody. So if we are after utopia, we are after peace on earth. And they keep saying we are going to be going into a cycle of peace on earth. If we believe all of that, we can see it happening. It's not far-fetched to expect there to be technology coming out that is going to really help us 100%. And the off-worlders are waiting for us to stop blowing up each other, stop polluting the earth the way it is, to do all those things, and then they will start to communicate with us and come down and help us more. And so that's my answer. The answer is all of that is possible and more. And they've got all the players in place ready to go. And it's a very exciting time to be on this earth right now. So that's my long-winded answer again.
I love it. And I've been talking about this for years. This is my slingshot analogy that, humanity is on the precipice of, imagine humanity, we're in a slingshot and you pull it all the way back and we're about ready to get launched forward. We're way back here right now. And that launch is about to happen. And it's going to happen in so many different ways, financially, money, politics, government, religion. All these different ways it's going to change. The whole world's about to change, health especially. So we'll see what that has to in store for us. Fascinating days ahead. And you mentioned the super sticker from Senatus. Thank you once again. We appreciate that. Thank you for sending that super sticker on YouTube. And Cheryl on Facebook is saying, this guy said it was free to use the med beds, but it's also charging for nap bed, looks like to me. She's also charging $400 to get listed. Med beds are free, but it's going to cost you $400 just to be on the list. Doesn't make sense whatsoever.
I'm not. I've done some research on that, and I think that was a dud account because Sky has not mentioned that. So I'm not defending her because there's been a lot of things saying, oh, it's, you know, I'm going to be going on a med bed next weekend, and it's difficult to put it out there. Wait until you've been on it and then talk about it after you've got, you know, some photographs and videos and things. So yeah, it's difficult. It is difficult to believe. Who do you believe? What do you believe? It's very hard. Yeah.
Josephine's at, and Ali and I feel the same way. How do you feel about Elon Musk? Josephine has a shady feeling about him. I don't. I think he's bringing aboard some things that are positive, and I'm excited about the future. I feel pretty good about him. Like with Trump, I don't agree with everything that Trump stands for, like how he pushed the vaccines way too quickly. Don't agree with that, especially with seeing how there were no longitudinal studies. But with Elon, I don't care about going to Mars, and I don't care for biohumanism, transhumanism, putting the chips into the brains. I don't care about that. Transhumanism. What about you? What do you think?
Can I just say that if a chip, Elon Musk's mother said, nobody's forcing anyone to put a chip in their head. Elon's not saying that. But say if a chip in your brain can help you walk after being paralyzed, what if a chip in your head can help you see again if you're blind? What if? It's then that you think, well, yeah, absolutely. I'll have a chip in my head if I can't see and I want to see. So I think that there are always the black and white ways to look at it. In the right hands, it's good stuff. But there are, unfortunately, there's other groups of people that we're trying to get rid of here. That with that technology, it's not good.
100%, I agree with you. You know, but not to the point of where. Well, I want all the knowledge of the world in my head. Everything that's on the internet, I want right up here, right, so I can access. That takes away your individuality, who you are. You're no longer you. You're just yourself. But to help people, yeah, definitely. To benefit humanity, yeah. It's kind of like it's kind of like AI. You know, AI can be wonderful, or like we saw last week on our show, it can take over humanity if you give it the opportunity. So, yeah, yeah.
But the thing is, the person who is trying to regulate AI is Elon. He's the one that's calling it out and saying it's really dangerous. It needs to be regulated. And who's been put in charge of all of that? He is. So there you go. Once again, the chess pieces are in place.
Akash is saying that Sasha showed the Belarus ones on Lazarus last Saturday, med beds. Try to get screen captures. Yeah, I've seen lots of pictures of med beds. Do they work? Do they regenerate arms, legs, teeth, hair? Do they make you 30 years younger? I can show you a picture of a med bed right now. Does it work? No. So anyway, I'd like to see a little proof to go along with that as well. And yes, Sarah, there are a lot of bullshitters out there. There are. And that's what I'm with you on. You know, a lot of grifters are capitalizing on human suffering. Not cool at all. You nailed it. That's you know, how many people said that, oh, I'm not going to pay taxes this year because Charlie Ward said that NESARA is coming, and you know, and they end up falling in debt and whatever, you know, or banking or spending thousands of dollars on med beds that don't work. You know, I get it. And that's exactly why I do what I do, say what I say, and expose a lot of the truth out there, that the truth that people might not want to hear, like my last video on NESARA, exposing the truth about NESARA. You know, it is what it is, and I'd much rather be that person that loves you enough to tell you the truth than to keep you moving along and following me forever through lies and bullshit. So, and you guys know me long enough to know that.
Let me know if there's anybody who wants to be put on the healing list. Just let me know. I've got Willow on there, by the way.
Mary is saying that you need to watch Elena Denon. She knows about med beds. They will be in the hospital, and the med beds are free. You only pay for the staff. I know that there are med beds out there, but are there the med beds out there that we've heard about for years about, like I said, the regeneration of arms, teeth, hair, rejuvenation of your face and body? Are they out there? Or are they just basically ones that do frequencies and stuff like that? And even if it's just frequencies, hell, it's better than nothing, right?
You know, I believe in the super soldiers as well. So these super soldiers have been heard saying that they've had to use medbed technology to grow arms and legs and things. So I'm open-minded about that. I don't believe that I would agree or disagree. I'm just open to, you know, it might be the case, maybe.
I've heard that with, you know, super soldiers and shit like that. And I think they said Tony Rodriguez was one. I haven't heard him say that specifically, but if that were true, then surely there'd be a scar there from a limb that he had repaired or whatever. You know, you could ask people, you know, show me at least some kind of proof whatsoever, you know. I don't understand this question from Tracy. Are the Trump mania folks under a spell? What's Trump mania? Did I miss something?
Trump derangement syndrome. Trump derangement syndrome, same thing.
Oh, okay. Are they under a spell?
Mind controlled.
Okay. That makes sense. The TDS, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if the majority of TDS people were under some kind of antipsychotic medication. You know, and is it possible that there's certain triggers when using a specific medication that would, you know, make you, you know, get unhinged? Yeah, anything's possible at that point. Are they under a spell? Let's take a look at what the cards have to say, though. That's just my own 2 cents. Yeah, there's one card out that would say, yep. And that one. Okay. So first card out is the Nine of Swords, and you can see that, you know, she's sad. She's looking down. There's shit going on in her head, right? And that's exactly what's going on. Are they under a spell? Yeah, it's all in their fucking heads. Got the Ace of Wands, and you guys know that aces are the yes card, so that's the confirmation. And you know, they anything with Trump triggers them. You know, here's the, you know, the King of Wands, Trump being the king, the president, right? So, you know, Trump could give them $1 million, and they to every liberal lunatic, they'd say, "What's the matter? Can't give me $1,001? Was that enough? Aw, I love you. Why can't you give me $1 million? It's nothing. There's not anything ever good enough for the liberal left." So, and shout out to everybody that is MAGA and Maha, and that have given us a chance, because had Kamala gotten in, it would have been ugly. Now it's funny because even the DNC, the Democrats, are saying, where the fuck is all this money that you spent? She's still asking for campaign contributions because they overspent the $1.5 billion that they had. And now the DNC is saying, hey, we want receipts. Show us receipts on where all that money went, right? Because what a lot of people suspect is she made millionaires out of a lot of people. Just, you get $1 million, you get $1 million, you get $1 million. there's no accountability, and now they want that accountability. So anyway, that's a long-winded answer. We're full of hot air tonight, aren't we? But yeah, that's definitely a long way around to get to where I am right now. Let's see what Ali's got to say about that. I love you.
I just added your Patreon people just down there as well, and it's Greg's Patreon tomorrow, but it's also my Patreon as well at 9 p.m. and that's 4 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so the Patreon people will be sent messages, but you guys are also invited to Greg's, which is at 8 p.m. Eastern. So
8 p.m.
it's like you can come off one and hop on to the other one, or if you can't make mine at that, then you can come later on to Greg's. So yes,
In5d Insiders Club, 8 p.m. tomorrow night.
Yeah, if you can send me that link, then I'll send it to my guys as well, my darling. So they have been proper mind controlled. Has anybody, or does anybody remember quite a few years ago, poor Britney Spears in an interview? I don't know if I'm on screen or not, but it came up that blank. Anyway, my internet. So anyway, it came up within this Britney Spears interview that as soon as this interviewer said the word, let's just put it, sadness. Okay, all of a sudden Britney went, oh, sadness, and then she came over in all this sadness after being happy and laughing, and she was like, oh, that's weird. And then she came back and it carried on, and then later on sadness came up, just the word, and she then went off on one again. There are trigger words that can be implemented, and Trump is one of those. They have worked on the word Trump to mean fear and anger, resentment, and basically that's why they keep associating him with the word Hitler as well, because they've linked those two to mean the same scary energy. So yeah, absolutely under a spell. You can call it a spell. Yeah, mind control spell. They're all about right. So yeah, that's what I get. Okay, so let's have a look at the chat, see who is talking away. So Linda said the migrants are voting for Turdy. Well, they say too big to rig. That's what is needed out there. You know, the thing is there another strong politician, like a good one, that can go against Trudeau, that everybody trusts? I don't know much about Canadian politics to know that. Is there somebody who you do want to get into power, Linda, in Canada?
Well,
do you?
You know what, my love? I see that it's already 10 minutes before. 10 minutes before.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, time flies.
Yeah, we got a live show coming up on Rumble, and I'll put the link on Twitter for you guys watching on Twitter. I'll put the link there. But if you're watching on Facebook, on my Facebook page, the link is right above us to join us live on Rumble, live and uncensored. And if you're watching on YouTube, that link is right below us. Anything you want to wrap up with, my love, before we head out?
There are a few things. Can you put the link in this chat as well? Can you put a link in this chat as well?
Yeah. Why not?
So the sale is still on, but it will be changed today or tomorrow. Okay, so if anybody does want to make the most of this, it's a really big sale at the moment with readings. There's $20 off. $20 off, up to $20. So if you wanted a reading with me and you want a bargain, it's only going to last another 2 days, and then I'm going to be taking that off. And the other thing is, if you wanted to join the Psychic Development Group, please contact me on PsychicAlly.net and I'll send you the details. The next class, Monday, will be crystals, all about crystal gridding and healing with crystals, speaking with crystals, healing, and so all of those things with crystals. So anyway, that was me. What have you got?
On In5d Quantum Tie-Dye, that's in5d.net. $5 off all regularly priced shirts. If you buy 3, you get $15 off total. Go to in5d.net. Use the coupon code Christmas 2024. That's what I have. Also, if you haven't already, join me on X. And hopefully we'll see you in a few minutes on Rumble for Live and Uncensored. So on behalf of the love of my life, my gorgeous wife, my other half, my beautiful, beautiful wife, on behalf of Ali, I'm Greg. We're both sending you all lots of love and light from our hearts to yours. Take care, everyone. Peace.
Go Chiefs.
Indeed. Go Chiefs.